Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a goddamn, making them hard. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
Everybody stopped to stare at him.
They were trying to look over your big fat head. That's what they were trying to do.
Oh,
Fuckhead. Hey, welcome to Hardway Wrestling. It is Tuesday. Boys, we made it through the weekend.
Did we? I still feel dead.
You're tired? All that running back and forth the concession stand, wear you out?
you didn't go to concession stands, I don't think.
No?
I don't even remember Scotty getting up to go to the concession stands. I was trying to avoid him because he was freaking hacking.
Were you sick?
I've been sick since the last ATCW show.
Oh yeah. Well, shit. Yeah, I just last week was the first week that I finally stopped spitting up green shit from the last ATCW show. So
If Scotty got glizzies, he was putting Hall's cough drops in them.
well, I'm glad I didn't talk to you then. I stayed hidden most of the night. So, but we'll get into all that later. What's up, boys? Besides Scotty, how's everybody's weekend?
Good.
I slept a whole lot yesterday.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
worked all weekend.
You know, I was worn the fuck out too. Sunday I was beat, and once Monday came, man, I was done. I was cooked. I had a show Friday, show Saturday, and man, I'm too old for this shit, I think.
I don't know. If we would have fired yesterday, I may have fallen asleep in the middle of it.
Well,
I was in bed by 8. I was in bed before 8 o'clock last night, I think.
Yeah, I think I went to bed at 6 o'clock. But I was up early on Sunday to fire. But I just had zero energy after getting home, super late 2 nights in a row and up super early. So, Jeremy, congratulations, 38 weeks sober. I mean, Hardway Wrestling is a drug. I don't know if you can count that, but congratulations.
No alcohol, man. Nothing.
Nothing except turtle lettuce.
Turtle.
Yeah, I got the turtle lettuce. I'm tearing that up, but no alcohol.
All right, well, let's get into it. We are not a boxing show. We are a wrestling show, but all of us, did we all get to watch the Mike Tyson fight?
Yeah, that was a waste of a half an hour of my life.
I did. I was asleep by that point. I was trying to stay up.
So was Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was yawning in the corner during one of the breaks from one of the rounds, I think.
He was either yawning or crying. I don't know what he was doing, but it was a rough fight. Jeremy, what did you think of the pay-per-view itself? We left Voltage on Friday and I watched it in the car, which that was almost unwatchable because of the buffering issues that Netflix was having. And we can get into that in a second, but
just think how bad it was in Wi-Fi.
I can't.
It wasn't any better.
Oh, I can't imagine. So, I think it was 80 million homes or 80 million devices or whatever that it was being streamed to, which is crazy. They broke.
Yeah, wow.
They broke a record. They broke a record for that stadium on the gate tickets and that stuff. So
that was Jerry World.
18 million. Was it 18 million? I think thought I saw something crazy like that. So, I mean, Jeremy, what did you think? We just, the girls fight I saw, pretty good fight. I thought that was. I didn't see the other fights, but what did you think of What do you think of Tyson, Jake Paul?
Well, the show overall was good in my opinion until the main event. Main event, when I watched it the first time, it looked to me like Mike was dealing with a knee injury every time he tried to plant that back leg.
Wait a minute. So you wasted time to watch it again?
Yeah, well, I
He's
did.
a boxing
because
enthusiast,
Oh,
man.
I forgot.
I
My bad.
watched most of it again, and when you watch it back the second time, you can clearly see Mike Tyson was fighting back not to be the Mike Tyson of old, and it was a rigged fight. I'm sorry to tell everybody. If you watch it back, Tyson slips his punches and goes for the hook, and he lands on his shoulder and then pulls his glove back,
Yeah,
and then gets back in position and
there were a
starts.
lot of rounds that ended with the
Yeah.
same. Like they'd ring the bell for the 10 seconds, and then when it got down to 1, he would come up like he was going to throw that big overhand right or big overhand or that under that hook or whatever, and then stopped. Right, there was a lot of that, and there was it was
Yep.
it's
How many-
almost
How many TKOs did they get credit for knocking out the nation of boredom? With boredom.
one big one.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah. Danced around for 8 rounds, 16 minutes of their life. For
The
each
first 3
minute,
rounds were the only thing that was maybe worth it.
See, I
Yes.
don't even agree with that. I think the first round was the only one that made that it looked like it was going to be an okay boxing match. After that, it was fucking terrible.
Well,
After
can
that
I?
was
Can
terrible.
I?
The third round was
Sure.
when Tyson got staggered a little bit, and I thought he was going to fall over. But after that, it was
if
just
you notice, the
dance
reason
and
why he
dodge.
staggered, the reason why he staggered is he put his legs like this, and in boxing, it's supposed to be an awkward L.
Yeah.
He had his legs out to the side.
Yeah, did you?
And
I
he was
noticed
off
that
balance.
too. That's
He
not
was
Mike's
off balance.
fighting. That's not Mike's fighting style. The straight on, wide open. I mean, he had the top of his body
know-
cocked a little bit, but it was like, I mean, he was a target.
I really think the knee was bothering him, but I also think the fight was fixed. And if you watch it back, he's not putting any pressure on that back leg, that right leg, that where the knee brace is or knee pad, whatever it was. He's not putting his full weight on it. So I mean, it was just. I think he was hurt to begin with, and then he was paid not to hurt him or kill him or knock him out, just to stay in there and be his punching bag. But I will say this much. Even if it was rigged or even if it wasn't, he's a smart businessman. For every minute Mike Tyson was in that fight, he made $1.25 million. For every minute.
What?
Yeah, for every minute of
How many
every
minutes was he in there?
16, he made $20 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smart
not do that.
businessman. Hey, give me $20 million. I'll go in there and dance around for 8 minutes and let Logan Paul smack me around.
Why didn't he talk him into doing 3-minute rounds then?
He could barely stand
I
up
have
for
no
2.
idea. Yeah,
They
he could
weren't-
barely do 2.
They weren't hitting each other. There was no boxing.
No.
No, there
There
was
was-
zero boxing.
It's
Patty
58.
cake and love taps.
It's terrible.
I was
Scotty,
hoping at the end of it where Logan or Jake Paul does his little
Battle.
tribute or whatever.
Oh, that he
and
just fucking
I was
glass
just
Joe'd
yeah.
him.
I was hoping so
Oh my
bad.
God.
And Tyson was just uppercutted the piss out of him.
I feel
I was,
like. Go ahead.
I was waiting. I was waiting on him to lower the boom, man. I was yelling at the TV. There wasn't nobody else that was in my house as loud as I was. I was mad as fuck, man.
See, Scotty, what did you think of this fight here? I know you're not much of a boxing guy, but
Didn't watch it. Didn't really care to watch it. I mean, we all kind of like I was hoping that Mike Tyson would lower the boom on Jake Paul and put him in his place first round, stuff like that. But I didn't care. Like I was just like, if Jake Paul wins, we all know the fight's fixed. If Tyson wins, then they must have had a good match. Like, yeah. But I really wasn't like, chomping at the bit to see what happened. So I actually never watched it.
I think there were times where Jake Paul was watching Mike's eyes, and when he blinked his right eye twice, that's when he hit him. just like the old punch out game.
Well, when they were grappling in the very first round, right after, or it was whenever Tyson hit him in the neck really hard, when they grappled after that, you could hear, like, they're saying that Jake Paul told something to Tyson because Tyson tapped him on the shoulder as they were
Yeah,
breaking.
he said, "Stop hitting me."
Don't hit me like that again, Mike. Don't
said-
do it.
He said, "You hit me again, I'm gonna fall down. You're gonna win, and you're gonna lose $19 million, you prick."
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Can they run this back? Do you think they can run this back again?
Not the same way. They're gonna have to actually have a legitimate fight and not scripted. And let me just say this much: the women's fight was the best fight on the card. Both those ladies had a ton of heart, but I do believe the Mexican, I don't know her name, I'm sorry, I'm no good with names. The Mexican girl got robbed of that fight. That white chick kept headbutting. I counted at least 6. When I watched it back, there was like 11. So headbutts. So, I mean, that girl's eyes split wide open, looked like her brain was coming out the eye. It looked nasty. But I honestly thought the Mexican won that fight.
Let me see.
Yeah, look up the names. I'm no good with names. I apologize. And I'm not trying to be racist or anything.
I thought one of them was Layla, but maybe I'm confused.
I think you're confusing that with wrestling.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, this boxing match was made for wrestlers, made for wrestling fans, because I mean, it was definitely predetermined what was going to happen here.
Absolutely, amen.
Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor's the white chick that was headbutting.
Yeah, Serrano.
Yeah, Serrano.
Yeah.
My wife was like trying not to throw up when they were showing her up close.
Oh, it was split. Yeah, it was split.
Yeah, it was bad. Really bad.
I just don't. The Netflix was having the buffering issues. Are we hoping that we don't have the same thing in January when people tune in to Netflix on Raw? I don't know that they're going to get.
They won't get
80
that
million
number.
homes. That's a lot of homes.
Not even close. Not even close to those kind of numbers. But at the same time, it still makes you wonder if it's gonna buffer. If you're gonna have buffer.
Here's the thing. How does I mean, I don't know if we have numbers that we can find, but like how many homes does a WWE premium live event do on the cock? Like considering that the caucus got it right, very few buffering anything. Like, I mean, once in a while you'll get that time where the pay-per-view will cut out, like it'll buffer and then keep going. But overall, Peacock has got it to work. Now, again, Netflix is new to this whole live streaming kind of thing, so. And isn't Netflix going to do a couple of NFL games too? Is that?
Yeah,
they announced that the night of the fight.
Christmas Day.
Okay, I mean there you go. That's going to be another test for the system to see how well their streaming platform does. Because if you're literally live streaming this, and all of a sudden it's just buffer after buffer after buffer. Now, like we said, it's not going to be the same amount of homes as an NFL game. Or a boxing match, but at the same time, it's still. Jeremy said it, like just kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen here. I'm kind of curious about that because if they don't have
WrestleMania was 1.3 billion minutes viewed.
Okay.
On Peacock,
but we don't have a number of households it went into.
Record drew setting 67 million views on Sunday, for April 7th, so 67 million views.
Okay, so
67 million households, I would imagine. That's
wow.
And one hotel room.
Yeah,
a lot of times. Or one account, or I share my account with 5 other people. So
yeah. So,
yeah, I mean, we're hoping that it doesn't do that. Peacock seems to have it down. I don't know I don't know that end of the business, so I don't know what they have to do to increase bandwidth or whatever they have to do but Damn it, Netflix. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing that we got to see that did not buffer was Mike Tyson's ass cheeks. So
Thank God we got through that quick.
pretty interesting there.
Yeah.
Cuckoo. Anyway, let's get into it. Sergeant Slaughter refuses to sign a figure. Doesn't refuse to sign a figure, but says, "I'm not signing for the $40 that you pay to get in, pal, but I'll sign it for $500." Now, we talked about this the other day. This absolutely makes me want to throw up, and I will never have. I mean, I might have some Crossberg material now that people are going to want signed. But I will never have anything of my own that people are going to value that high. I think, to where they say, "Yeah, I'm not signing for $40. I'll do it for 500." Scotty, am I in the minority here when I say this is terrible? This is terrible for the Tory community.
Well, okay. Yeah, I'll make this as quick as I can, but I am on two sides. Okay, because
you're on my side.
I said I'm on both sides on this because I can see where Slaughter's coming from, but I can agree with you as well that it all depends on the kind of fan that brought the figure. Now, from what you said, the figure was a
1 of 100.
1 of 100, and
Tory Fair exclusive.
How much was it?
Well, I just found one on eBay. I pulled a picture. I found one on eBay, $3,000.
Okay, so we're looking anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000, varying range.
Sure.
But so here's the thing: if somebody is willing, if a collector, you, me, somebody that's got that kind of money, if they're willing to put that kind of money down to buy a figure, have that in their collection, and then, oh yeah, Slaughter's coming to my town. Cool. I'm going to take this figure, get it signed. I'm going to put this in a mint box. It's staying, it's never going to be it's never going to leave my sight. It's, it's the most valuable thing in my collection, and it's never selling it. I can totally see that. And guess what? I'd be pissed too. But the problem we have in this day and age is we have a crap ton of resellers. People that go out, buy a whole bunch of stuff, whether it's low price, high price, whatever, get it signed, resell it for twice or three times the kind of money. And I've dealt with this kind of stuff when in the current job that I'm in during the pandemic. We dealt with sports cards, and we had all these resellers coming in, buying in bulk, popping in bulk, trying to find these cards, sending them out to get them graded, trying to find ways to find the athletes to get them signed, so that not only are they graded, but they're sign graded, all this kind of stuff, so they can make a fast buck. And that kind of thing pisses me off. I can't remember who it was, whether it was Seth Rollins or somebody came on online a while back and was yelling at the fans for, hey, why are you stalking us in airports when we're trying to get from destination to destination just to get 50 pictures signed? Because people like that are stalking the wrestlers, trying to get these autographs so they can take them, put them on eBay, and sell them for 2 or 3 times as much.
Right.
So
I think that's ridiculous. That's different. But yes, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Same genre. These people going out, whether they're again, it all depends on the type of person you are. If that guy was just a collector who wanted that for his collection and wanted it signed, yeah, there's definitely kind of a what the heck are you doing to me kind of thing. But and you don't know, and this is where I also feel bad for the guy, as a celebrity, you're looking at all these people and you're like, okay, fan, like you pretty much, you should have a pretty good gauge on who's a collector and who's a reseller. If you've done this long enough, I just as a as a stocker or somebody who put out the cards, I could go down the line and look at them. All right, reseller, collector, resell. I could kind of.
Yeah, I remember those idiots waiting on you.
Yes. Yeah.
And here's Scotty, such a dick. He would see them and he'd walk and do every other thing except for put those cards out.
Yep.
Because there'd be like 4 or 5, and it's the same dudes. They're at every store, just like we are when we go look for toys and shit. They're standing there waiting. Hey, have you seen your guy? I'm like, no, I haven't seen him yet. That's Scotty. I saw Scotty 2 hours ago in the back. Scotty just avoids those people like to play because they're some of them are nasty people. They're not the nicest of people. T-Bone, you collect certain things, or maybe I don't know how much you collect anymore. How would you feel if you walked up to Slaughter and you brought this figure and he said, "Yeah, man, $500." You were like, "What? Wait a minute, I spent 40." I mean, that's got to be
that would be heartbreaking. That would be heartbreaking, but I do understand where he's coming from, especially if he knows the guy's a reseller. If he's not, then I mean, that's heartbreaking for just a fan. Hey, I've already spent. How much money do you spend on the figure? You know what I mean? You guys said that figure's like a one of whatever, and then
1 of 100.
And then on top of it, he spent $40 to get in the show. So now he's like, what, $500-600 plus 40? He's almost $1,000 in just to get the signature. Why would he have to? Like, that's outrageous. Outrageous. Slaughter ain't got much time left on this earth. You think he'd want to make the fans happy and leave them a good memory? You know what I mean?
And I know Ricky would say, "Fuck you, I'll go find Danhausen."
Yeah, shame on you, maggot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I say it's. I've talked to many different people. I talked to Brian Hardy on Saturday about it, and he took, Brian. He totally understood. He said, "Yeah, that's exactly how it should be. You have something that rare, and you don't know if they're a collector or there's, if the guy shows up wearing camouflage fatigues and a beret, and he's calling everybody a maggot, and." The guy is clearly a Sergeant Slaughter fan. If the guy shows up in, Nike sweatpants, and well, of course he could be a Sergeant Slaughter fan too. But I mean, I just don't. I don't know. I just don't.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I think it's terrible.
It's fucking terrible.
If you want to bump it up a little bit, that's fine. $100. Yeah.
No, that's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
That's a fucking stretch.
Yeah, $500 to sign. I don't know. It's 1 of 100. These things are sitting. I don't know if Sarge realized these things are sitting on eBay now, with no one buying them, and they're so priced out of. They're just crazy price. No one's just buying a $3,000 figure. They're just not. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody that's going to do it, but I don't know. When Sarge passes away, possibly people are going to go on a Sergeant Slaughter run. It happens, but damn, Sarge. What happened to fight for your right? What happened to Yo Joe? Damn it, Sarge. All right, well, let's get into it.
Spent too much time with Sheik.
That's what it was, a bastard.
Nickel and dime everybody.
That's what it was. Sarge, you jabroni.
Fuck the Sarge's ass.
Anyway, this weekend we got to hang out with I got to hang out with a couple people. Friday, a little bit of Buff Bagwell, a couple people from Ring of Honor. Got to Rhett Titus, hung out with Rhett Titus a little bit.
That sounds like a venereal disease.
Rhett Titus. He looked like a venereal disease. No. Super nice guy. And then Saturday night they had a meet and greet at ATCW for Dwayne Gilberg. You hung out with him probably the most between you and Jesse. Jesse
and I were there like the whole time, pretty much.
Jesse ran the table, making sure he got what he was supposed to get or whatever. He was signing autographs, make sure he didn't lose his mind and walk away. Like
every time I looked over, he was eating.
Yeah, well, he did. He was eating a lot, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had fried chicken, he had chili, he had cookies.
So how was Dwayne to hang out with there for a bit?
Oh, he was a total class act. Funny guy. He would share stories with you. It was definitely a good time. You would just thought he was just one of the guys.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
Dwayne will be. Have you ever met him, T-Ben?
No, I have not.
Scotty, did you get the chance to talk to Dwayne?
A little bit, not too much, but yeah.
Did you see his figure?
No.
Yeah, so he had like they had a Gilbert figure that actually it was sitting on Bob Starr's table. He was selling them over there.
Okay.
They were saying this is the most likeness figure that he's ever had. I don't know how many figures he's ever had. This was a terrible looking figure. And Dwayne, Dwayne's going to be on here. Dwayne's coming on here, not today, but he's coming on. This thing looked like it had a head for like a light bulb. It was not the greatest figures that I've ever seen, but you know, Brian Hardy was all he's like, oh, it is a good looking figure. I was like, oh no, it's not. It's terrible. It's terrible looking. But anyway, Gilbert, I got a chance to. So the whole thing came together. First, you know, the night was, you know, Gilbert got caught into work because he does work for a living. He's no longer with the WWF or WWE or whatever. And he was having trouble at work, and we didn't think he was coming.
Oh wow!
Like it was a whole thing. Like we were like, holy shit! If he does not come, there's gonna be a lot of upset people, and Chucky being included. So, but he shows up. He comes in. Everybody's digging him. He's signing autographs and doing whatever. So, I get I talked to him. Well, we had planned this whole thing out with me earlier in the day, and I talked to him to make sure it was okay, and he was like, "Yeah, man, brother, I love it." Like he was all over it. So, so we had our November Rumble for the golden ticket. Winner of the Rumble wins the golden ticket, and it's like there are basically ATCW's Money in the Bank. Congratulations to Deuce Donatelli. But I don't even know what number did I come in? 19?
No, you were like 12, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, Jessie looks over at me and she's like, I don't know the entrance music. You're going to have to let me know when it happens. And then right after she said it, Goldberg's music hits. And I was like, there you go.
Yeah. So the music hits. I'm waiting. We have sparklers getting ready to go off, and I'm holding the remote. Actually, I gave the remote to Bob to do. And I'm standing in the back, and I'm waiting for the Gilbert chance to build. I don't even know if did they get going. I heard them, but it wasn't like I was too caught up in the moment to really hear anything. So, and then this happened. Jonathan Cross came through the curtain as Gilbert. Large package, small panties. I ain't gonna lie. It was probably the loudest, funniest thing I've ever heard. I could hear Ricky a mile away laughing when I came through the curtain as Gilbert. I still got some of the tattoo left. Didn't all come off, but so I go in. We reenact. What we did was we reenacted his Royal Rumble elimination with Edge. So I don't know if I sent you guys a video, but Brian sent me a video.
Yeah, I saw Brian posted it.
They did a side by side of me going over with Edge. It was actually pretty damn close. So, but that was it was an amazing. It's probably my favorite part of ever being in wrestling. Right there was getting a chance to pretend I was Gilbert, and the fucking people lost their shit.
And then you pulled your napkin out of your trunks to wipe your face off with, or your tears, or whatever.
which was fucking hilarious. I might be the funniest human being that's ever walked this earth. I don't know. Me and Matt Rife. So walking through the curtain, I hit those sparklers, and immediately whatever that chemical is that's in there firing in my eyes. So at one point when I'm hitting my head like Gilbert does, it's because I can't get this shit out of my face. I can't see. I'm legit blind, right? So,
yeah. Should have had somebody come out with fire extinguishers.
part. I was like, come on, if they're gonna do it, he's got to have somebody with a fire extinguisher.
Well, the problem was that little bit of sparklers was setting off the alarm, so I didn't want any more problems. We did have a fog machine that we were going to use, but we just passed on the fog machine. So I think the sparklers were pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. It cost me almost $600 to get those sparklers. So.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're mine. They're mine.
Don't take them to Sarge to get them signed.
I will not. Gilbert said he'd sign them for $1,100. So anyway, working on some stuff in the background with Gilbert, but we're gonna get him on here one day and shoot the shit. So he's got a ton of stories, ton of road stories. Super nice guy. So pretty awesome. So anyway, you guys got anything to cover? If you don't, that's it, man.
I mean, you and I covered the Raw spoilers last week. So
so Raw last night, it was all the same spoilers. I don't know that they've announced it yet, but Seth Rollins is going to be the 5th person.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking to see how that unfolds with his hatred with Roman.
It'll be Friday. They're going to.
What?
So is Dean Ambrose coming back too?
No.
Moxley's just going to come back to bleed on him.
Are you sure? I mean,
we're definitely, because this Friday we're gonna do our
predictions.
Our predictions for the next AEW pay-per-view, which is Saturday. I'm not looking forward to it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not looking forward.
I don't even know what the hell's going on it.
Neither do they. So you guys are right in the same wheelhouse.
Just get ready to say, and new AEW World Champion.
No way.
If he wins that belt, Moxley's coming back and we're getting a Shield reunion.
I'm gonna tell you this: if he wins that belt, I'm never covering AEW again.
Yeah,
you guys do know they let Dustin Rhodes' contract up, right?
Yeah, that was up in August.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these guys are just getting paid.
He was saying his goodbyes on X.
Yeah, he's still part of the Trios champion. He's still part of ROH. I think he's an ROH tag champion, maybe with Sammy Concussion.
Why do you let a champion's contract run out? That's my question.
That's a good question. Maybe they're dissolving those titles.
You risk the opportunity, like you risk them taking your belt and doing a Medusa all over again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody would give a shit if Dustin showed up at WWE and dropped an ROH title in a can.
But what everybody is going to blow their shit about, though, is when Goldust shows up at the Royal Rumble.
R-Truth would probably go grab one of them titles out of the can and start running with it like it's 24/7.
That's a possibility.
I don't think he ever comes back as Goldust. I could see him coming back as a natural, but Goldust, I think that's over with. 7 is definitely over with.
Yeah.
If he wants to be in the Hall of Fame, he's got to play by WWE. You know what I mean? They're probably going to put him in as Goldust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that maybe. I don't know.
I also heard
cornbread. That's
cornbread, damn it, cornbread.
I also heard rumors that AJ Lee's going to be in the Women's Battle Royal.
It could be. She's been training. So
I would love to see her back. That's my favorite woman wrestler ever. The woman I think is the most prettiest woman ever in wrestling is Miss Elizabeth. There'll never be another classy woman like that.
Well, there's a difference between classy and pretty.
Oh, she held herself to
classy, but she's no Liv Morgan. I'll tell you that.
She didn't have to dress like a slut to get it over, though. You know what I mean? I'm more class than ass.
See that lust in your eyes, Hogan.
Oh, yeah. I see Jeremy, you looking at my girl.
I did when I was a kid. That was my first crush. Everybody had Daisy Duke and everything like that. I had Miss Elizabeth.
How old are you?
Did your LJN have a hole in the middle of it?
No, she didn't.
Okay. It
was a removable. He scratched the paint off of it like that. You know,
that
was
40, and I'm 40. I grew it I was born in 84.
Yes, that was I.
Scratching that figure itch.
No, not at all.
Did you have the Miss Elizabeth LJN? I believe there was
I did.
I want to say there was 2 of them. If I'm not mistaken, there was
Yeah,
one
there.
was like a
One
red
had a
dress.
gold. One had a gold dress that came off, and one had a silver dress.
It came off.
It came off. That's all I needed to hear.
Like, just a look, like skirt. It was Velcro.
Just
Velcro off.
hiked up just a little bit. Yeah, just
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
it up. Yeah, put up over her face. Yeah.
Jesus.
You so dirty, Jeremy.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
But not as dirty as Mike Tyson's cheeks. Anyway, that's good to it here for Hardway Wrestling. Thank you, boys. We will be back Friday for our AEW. What's the pay-per-view called?
Full Gear.
Full Gear. Here we're grinding those
Couldn't
gears.
remember.
Out of gear. Is
Out of gears. So.
Scotty,
If they put the belt on pockets, that's the end of
That's
them. They're
another
flush
cornetism,
from
I
the
believe.
I think they're looking down the road to Darby. I don't think they're looking at pockets here. I don't think they're looking at OC for that title, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm hoping that there's got to be something.
I just want a live cam of Scotty if Pockets gets that title.
The Scotty cam. Maybe I'll just Scotty, you won't even be watching this, right?
That link I sent.
We'll say it again, Scott.
I said I got to figure out where to watch it, because it's not on Bleacher Report, and that's where
Scotty, remember that link I sent in the chat?
No, I'm not touching that.
No, it's completely
it's a
fine.
good link. It's legit.
good.
I
It'll
scanned it.
buffer a little bit, but it works. Trust
I
me.
scanned it.
Send it my way if you don't mind, please.
Yeah.
It's in the chat.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
re-bump it or something. That way everybody can get it. But yeah, we'll I'll actually turn the hardware. I'll turn this on. We'll just run one camera on Scotty watching it.
Yeah.
Scotty can do a watch along.
Oh God.
So.
Yeah, his home will look like the Bronson Reed entrance video after Pockets gets that belt put around his waist. Scotty just going through there,
Scotty
just
climbing up on his recliner, jumping off and doing a tsunami. Where's my Miss Elizabeth figure? All right,
hey,
make sure
Scotty's is out of the box.
Oh, definitely. Scotty's is out of the box. Sad. All right, well, make sure you go like, subscribe, ring that bell. Listen, there's all kinds of stuff that we're posting all the time. Make sure you go like it. You hang the bell. Hit the damn bell, right? Hit the damn bell. Tag. You want to see everything we're doing? That's the only way to do it. Hit the bell. If you want to catch us on podcasts, we're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We just picked up a new follower on Instagram. Boom. I don't know why. They just keep coming.
We're the best four-looking dudes and cat you're ever going to see.
That's exactly right. You got two. Actually, I think Jeremy looks more like Gilbert than I do.
Yeah.
For sure. So maybe we'll get him to go. Anyway.
I'm good on that.
Yeah. Also, Patreon, we run a fantasy wrestling league. If you would like to join that, it's $5 a month. You can't beat it. The winner of it gets $25. Scotty is in charge of the Scotty in the Bank. One day, Scotty is going to have to cash that bad boy in.
Damn, I had an opportunity to buy that the other night.
Buy it?
Yeah, at ATCW, one of the ladies from the concessions was passing out glizzies. She had a whole tray of them.
Oh, yeah, you could have.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
You'd have to get about 100 trays of glizzies in order for me to sell that. So
He's gonna be Scotty's gonna be the first one to unsuccessfully cash in the Scotty in the Bank. So anyway, check us out on Patreon. You can actually join for free. I put up articles all the time, upcoming stuff, and then there's some bonus material that is up there too. Check that out. But you got to be a paid subscriber.
Get on there and get yourself some Hardway merch.
Yeah, there's Hardway shirts, Hardway hats possibly coming soon. We're gonna have cards, trading cards of different things and peoples and whatnot. So yeah, just join. You know what? Just join. I don't even care. Even if there's nothing on there, just join. It's only $5. You can't even go to McDonald's and get anything for $5 anymore.
It's true.
damn straight.
Is that true?
Damn
I
true.
don't go to McDonald's. My cardiologist frowns on it. So anyway, thank you guys so much, boys.
Every road trip we ever go, and we stop at McDonald's like 3 times, I think.
Oh my!
Did we?
Yeah,
I don't usually buy McDonald's though.
dude. When we went to Philly for Mania,
Oh, we did eat that one. That one morning we got.
when we came back from the Hardy party. You went
shit,
right
yeah.
over and yeah.
That's right, we
Yeah,
did.
just
Don't
bought
tell
mine.
anybody then. That's right, I did buy yours. Yeah.
They were
Pay it
like
forward.
the guy was like some asshole looked like he was strung out on a bender in front of you. Paid for yours. I'm like, oh sweet.
Sweet. Thanks.
Wow.
I completely forgot I was wearing that makeup too. Oh no, I wiped it
No,
off.
you had already
I
wiped
wiped
it
it off.
off.
Yeah, I already wiped it off. So anyway, thank you, boys. We'll see you guys next time.
The hard way.
Later.
Conan.